Okay, we're going to get straight into it. These are my top 8 time trial triathlon bike upgrades, because I couldn't think of 10, ordered from least significant to most significant. Please do let me know in the comments down below if you disagree with any of these or agree with any of these, and if you've got any tips you think I've missed. God knows I could do with the help. All of the products which I point out, I will link down below, and I've even got some discount codes for some of them, so you're welcome. So coming in at number 8, heat shrink tubing. Bin off all that bar tape you've got. Heat shrink tubing is super cheap, super easy to use. You just slide it over your extension or your hand grip, use a hairdryer or a hot air gun to heat it up, and it shrinks around everything that's around. It keeps your shifters nice and tight and tidy, tidies up any cables. It's really grippy, well worth an upgrade. Number 7 is the 76 Projects Wahoo or Garmin time trial specific bike computer mount. You can change the width of this depending on how far apart your extensions are. You can change the extension attachments depending if you've got shaped extensions or not. You can sit the device really deep in between the bars or raise it up. You'll be able to see all of your data at a glance whilst maintaining time trial position. You can use it to pace, you can use it to see the course, see if there's any sharp corners coming up. Well worth an upgrade, especially as in the UK cycling time trials have said that you have to use a front light. You can get a little attachment to go underneath it. You can bolt a front light straight onto it. Easy. Number 6, time to get some bling. A big chainring, or more specifically a 1x drivetrain. A big single chainring basically means that you spend more time in the middle of the block, look at what sort of speed you average, use a gear index calculator online, work out which chainring size is going to be best for you. A straighter chain is a more efficient chain, is a faster rider, and it just looks cool, doesn't it? That's worth so many watts on its own. I use the Pyramid Cycle Design chainring. They're UK made. I've never had a chain drop, which has meant I could ditch the front mech and get a bit of aero gain as well. Number 5, a rear disc wheel. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either have a solid disc wheel, either made out of carbon or plastic or a covered spoked wheel, whatever, or you can use a disc wheel cover. Both ways are absolutely fine. Both ways work out very similar in terms of aerodynamic gain. Depending upon which brand you go for, it can be really expensive for a solid disc wheel or quite cheap for an easy disc wheel cover. A disc wheel gives you solid aerodynamic gains over a range of conditions. It's well worth an upgrade. And that noise though.
Well done, Daniel.
Number 4, back to the drivetrain. So you've already got the big chainring, you've got the 1x setup sorted. What next? Well, if you further want to optimize your drivetrain, a wax chain is what you need to be doing. A properly cleaned and waxed chain can save you between 3 and 5 watts, and that is not to be sniffed at all. I use an NRG wax chain, firstly because it looks cool, they come in a range of colours, and also they are very, very efficient and cost effective. A solid power saving for absolutely no effort, minimal outlay, and you get the added benefit of being able to tell all your friends, oh, I've got a waxed drivetrain. Number 3, we're getting towards the business end now, high-sided armrests. We've all been there, hitting a pothole, nearly face planting on the floor. Don't do that anymore. Get some high-sided armrests. You can get these in either one-sided or two-sided, so sort of cup-shaped or like L-shaped. I've used both. Both are suitable. I'm leaning more towards the two-sided ones more now than the one-sided, but I've used one-sided for a long time. They give you the security to lean into them and hold your position. You can put more power out because you're leaning into the armrest. There's a bit of leverage. It's easier to hold the position for longer because you're not as fatigued because you're leaning into the armrest and letting that take the weight. And there are also tests that show that they are faster in a wind tunnel. You can also use the size of the armrest to put a sticker on of a company who's liked your Instagram post once, so there's always that. Number 2. It's getting tense now. Fast tyres and or latex tubes. It hurts my eyes when I see gator skins on a time trial or triathlon bike. Ugh. Modern tyres are just damn good. GP 5000s, Schwalbe Pro 1s, Vittoria Corsa Speeds, they are all so much faster than tyres of 4, 5, 6 years ago, as well as being pretty puncture resistant. Gone are the days where you're having to use a really thick, slow tyre because you're worried about punctures. Just get a modern, fast tyre. It will be okay, and if not, your tyre probably would have punctured anyway. There are lots of online resources where you can look up the rolling resistance of a tyre as well as the aerodynamics of a tyre, and the gains are massive. Coupled with those, latex inner tubes. Latex inner tubes are a massive advantage. I know they lose air overnight, I know you've got to pump them up on the morning of a race, but you could probably do with a core workout anyway, and the rolling resistance saving is worth it, trust me. Right, number 1, An adjustable cockpit, a cockpit that you can change the setup of. Over the time you spend riding your bike, you will develop as an athlete, you will get more flexible, you will want to go faster, you'll be looking for those desperate gains like I am. Your body makes up over 80% of drag on a time trial bike, so having a cockpit where you can adjust your position, make yourself faster, make yourself more comfortable is a massive gain. I've used a lot of different setups. Most recently, I've been using the Wattshop adjustable angled spacers. They're very useful, very adjustable, along with the Wattshop adjustable slotted plates. There's a lot of adjustables in there because I want to be able to change my setup. I'm a bit of a fiddler, but you spend time getting comfy, getting aerodynamic, it is well worth it. The only caveat to that I would add is that if you wanted a new bike, don't get an adjustable cockpit and get a new bike. So there we go, my top, not quite 10, time trial triathlon bike upgrades that you must have. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. See you tomorrow at 4 p.m.